this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we are going to be talking about the astrology and the angel cards for August 2023. And there is some amazing energy, and there's some planetary stuff happening as well. So hang on, I can explain this all. So let's talk about it. We have August 2023 is the astrology, and then I'm going to be doing the angel cards. It gets a little hectic, but we're going to do our very, very best. And I will tell you, this is kind of like a great way to think about the energy for the month and kind of like what's really coming at us. And knowing there are some days that are going to be like great connections, great things to kind of like push your energy ahead and kind of like, let's go for it. And then there's some that are kind of like, let's kind of keep ourselves a little more protected today. So we're going to be talking all about that and hopefully get you some great insight into all things August 2023's energy. So let's start out with August 1st. We have our full moon in the sign of Aquarius. Now, I will tell you, we have 2 full moons in August. So I'm going to be doing a separate video about our moons. What does that mean, and kind of like how is that energy going to be hitting us a little bit differently? So I will link that beneath. But I will tell you, our full moon is all about like full energy, kind of fully releasing, kind of letting things go. And then kind of really the Aquarius energy comes in with some like different or kind of like odd ways to deal with things. It doesn't mean that it's like totally weird, crazy, but it's just kind of like, I would have never done it that way, or I would have done it differently. So this is really a day that we could have some major windfalls, especially if we're ready and receptive to bring in that amazing energy. And there's plenty of things to celebrate. We have like almost made it all the way through 2023. Just seems like it has flown past. But this is a great day to hang out with like friends and do things togetherness, kind of getting that energy all going in the right direction, and see how like what you do or what you bring to the world has made a difference. I will tell you that usually on these kind of days, you're going to have like a neighbor say, you know, thank you for doing this for me, or someone else coming in like, oh, I'm so thankful that you did this, or grateful that you did this for me. So that is like just like a little pat on the back that sometimes we just really need. Okay, we just really need sometimes that pat on the back. So let's do our angel cards, and this one is popping forward first. So this one is the opposition, and this one is all about confrontation. And it doesn't necessarily mean like, you know, offensively like going after somebody and getting right in their face about things. This can be just one of those like amazing energies where it's kind of telling you like confront someone, ask someone those hard, deep questions, because a lot of times we really don't, and we kind of just like go with the flow, or I don't want to rock anybody's, and we just like, no, ask those questions, ask those hard questions, because sometimes those are going to give you the best answers when we really do ask those hard questions. So make sure that we're doing that. Also on August 1st, we have a lot of things happening on August 1st. We have Mars in the sign of Virgo, trining Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. And now a trine is all about like easy energy, kind of like bringing up the best energy from both of them. And this could also bring in a lot of opportunities, kind of energy opening. So let's talk about like Mars in the sign of Virgo. So Mars is all about like passion, aggression, desire, like moving forward. And that's in the sign of Virgo. And Virgo's all about this like humble energy, very orderly, kind of really very logical, and usually very organized. And so those kind of energies are together. I almost say like you have like action in the sign of love. So you're going to see a lot of that moving around. Like I said, then it trines, which is always bringing luck and moving easily into energy. Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. Now Jupiter is our planet of growth, luck, expansion, kind of all of that kind of amazing energy. And that is in the sign of Taurus, which is always asking us about being like steady and driven, and always asking that really hard question like, what is it that you value? What is it that you're wanting to value in this point? And this is going to also be a very like lucky sign and kind of bringing in a lot of stamina of like, I want to just keep going. I want to get these tasks done. I want to get them checked off my to-do list, kind of energy. And any action that you take today is going to like lay the foundation to what comes up next. Like what you do on August 1st is going to lay the foundation for what comes in next. I guarantee it's going to be like, wow, I didn't even realize like these are all interconnecting. So even if you're like doing something with work, this could also help with something at home, or if you're doing something at home, it could also help with work. So it's like, wow, I never thought this would work together like this. Next, let's go to also on August 1st, we have Mercury in the sign of Virgo in opposition to Saturn in Pisces. And the opposition is all about bringing like this like deep tension, kind of like which one's going to win, like pushing two energies together. And so let's talk about it. Mercury is our planet of communication and intellect and reasoning, and that is in the sign of Virgo, which is all about kind of like that humble, organized energy, pushing against Saturn in the sign of Pisces. Saturn is our planet of like structure and law and infrastructure. And so all of that is kind of pushing, and Saturn is in the sign of Pisces. So Pisces is going to be that kind of like that intuitive, insightful, almost like magical kind of energy. Like, how is this going to come out together? And this is a time to really get serious about your goals. Like, where are your goals? Because we've got Saturn's energy about the infrastructure and how do we do all of this in the sign of Pisces, which is all about the mystical flow of energy. But then we also have like that Mercury in the sign of Virgo kind of pushing each other to like really get those dreams out there. What are those things that we want to do? Mercury, our communication, so writing it down or talking to other people about it. Virgo is going to get that organized, like let's get it written down, let's write all of this out. So this is going to be a really good one for us. We don't have anything for a couple of days, so I'm just going to do some cards for August 3rd. So let me get the cards in flow. And sometimes people like to see when I make them flow. This one right here is the one that's calling my attention. This is the one that's got my attention. And this is the square, and this is all about tension, which is kind of what we're talking about today. But tension can be a really good thing, and it can push us in some amazing dynamic ways to kind of really push that energy. So August 2nd, we'll still be feeling that tension. Now, August 3rd, really the only thing that happens is we have Mercury going into pre-shadow. So we've got Mercury coming up, going into a retrograde cycle later on in August. So on August 3rd, we have Mercury going into pre-shadow. So, and this Mercury retrograde is going to be in the sign of Virgo. So we're going to push all of these together. And this is the one that's calling my attention out for August 3rd. And so this is the 8th house, and this is the mystery. And this is kind of like a lot of people really don't like Mercury going into retrograde. They just are almost like terrified of it. But I will tell you, Mercury in retrograde has some amazing energies, and it really has some amazing energies to kind of show you where you've had issues or problems or communication stuff come up in the past. And we've got to get it out so we can heal it, talk about it, upgrade it, and move forward in it. Because if not, it just stays stuck. And nobody wants to stay stuck. Nobody wants to stay stuck. Okay, so August 4th. See, I'll do it this way. I'll try to do it this way. This is the one that's calling my attention. So for August 4th, we have Ceres, and this is being a nurturer. And this is really going to be kind of bringing in that nurturing energy. And I guarantee you, this is going to be really nurturing you. And this is not just like one planet kind of thing, because we also have Ceres going into the sign of Libra, which is all about caring for ourselves, caring for others, caregivers, all of that kind of energy of just caring is going to be coming out, and it's going to be more prolific in our world of people wanting to step out and take care of other people. So it's going to be a really amazing energy. So let's go to that's August 5th. So August 5th, I'll do it this way. Okay, August 5th. That's the one that's pulling my attention. So August 5th is Venus. We have Venus, which is the beloved, which is all about beloved energy. So that is going to be coming in with some amazing energy. Now, I will tell you, Virgo energy is all about that organized, kind of being responsible and kind of getting things done. And this is going to be moving a lot of energy for a lot of people. And we have a lot of energy coming. We're going to be going into our Virgo season very soon. And so this is kind of coming in. And we also have a lot of planets moving around in that same energy. So next we have August 6th, we have our sun in the sign of Leo squaring Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. Now, squaring is all about restrictions and obstacles kind of coming in the way. So you never know which one's going to win out, but it's one of these are going to kind of win out. So our sun is our ego, our personality, our vitality, our stamina. And that is in the sign of Leo. And Leo's all about being brave and being a leader. It can also have a very warm energy to it. It can also be very, like I said, very brave. Kind of that energy keeps coming back to me, being very brave. And that's going to be bringing this restriction and obstacles into Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. Now, Jupiter is our planet of growth, expansion, and luck. In the sign of Taurus is all about kind of that steady, driven energy, but always keeping in mind, it's always asking you, what do you value? Where are you putting your time, money, and effort into? And I will tell you, this is a day that some egos may be out of control. This is going to be like over drama with Leo in the sun in the sign of Leo. It's going to be bringing in a lot of like dramatic people, kind of like that drama queen. Yep, everybody's going to be a drama queen. And so it's really kind of like can be a little overwhelming today. But it's not necessarily a bad thing, because a lot of times when people kind of do it, when they really show you who they are, they're really showing you who they are. They're really showing you who they are. Keep that in mind, definitely. Okay, so we don't have any motion on August 7th, so let's do an angel card for that one. Which one? This one right here is the one that's calling my name. Okay, and this is for August 7th, we have the conjunction, and it's all about the alliance. And so this is kind of coming in because the next day we have our Lionsgate. So August 7th, we are kind of getting ready for that. We've probably been getting ready for several days. I know I would have been getting ready for several days, teaching a class on the Lionsgate, getting ready for all of that amazing energy and ready to kind of bring a lot of people into that motion of energy and manifestation and moving into that energy. So really the cool part about the conjunction and the alliance is being in alignment with all of this. It's going to be coming in. So let's move to August 8th, which is our Lionsgate. We have an amazing Lionsgate this year. So we have our Lionsgate, which is August 8th. So 8, and then 7, because 2023 is a 7 year. So the Lionsgate, it's not that it's bad. It's just one of those, it's going to be really amazingly strong. But it's also going to have that caring aspect, which is that 7 energy, all about caring and moving things forward. So the 8s are always like that possibility of alignments, the possibility, the infinite possibilities of where are we going at this time frame? What do you want to bring in? And I guarantee you, I'm not going to be the only one teaching classes on the Lionsgate this year. This is going to be an amazing year with an amazing energy, and that August 8th energy is going to be bringing in some amazing energies for us to connect into and really kind of bring this full pressure kind of like on us. What do we want to create? So I get this one for the 4th house, and this is home. And I will tell you that there is going to be a lot of people wanting to kind of bring this energy in, kind of like into their home, into themselves, and kind of really connect with this Lionsgate, especially because it has such a caring touch to it this year. It's going to be amazing. So next we have a couple of things happening on August 9th. So we have Venus in Leo, squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So let's start that. Venus is our planet of love, respect, harmony, and beauty. In the sign of Leo is all about bravery, kind of warm, protective energy. And then it's squaring. It's got this, creates a restriction or obstacles with Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Now, Uranus is that really great rebellion, kind of like, let's bring some changes in. It kind of very unpredictable. I call him my little hippy dippy child, because it's like you're going in one direction, it's like, shoom, let's go a different direction. Always with that Uranus energy. And then Taurus is like that steady, driven energy, but always asking us, what do we value? So August 9th, it can, as kind of like, because of what's going on in all of the energy and alignment, this is kind of like not the day to have like huge appointments. This is not a day where you would want to kind of have surgery, especially cosmetic surgery. This would be a day that you wouldn't want to bring kind of this amazing energy kind of like into your beauty, because of the planets Venus and Uranus both in retrograde. It can bring things up, so you're kind of like not ever clearing out what you really want to create on that day. The clash between Uranus means that between Uranus and Venus is going to be really bringing in some accidents that may happen, or some things that are kind of like should be okay, but they're not going to be okay. It's kind of like if it was any other day, everybody'd be fine with it. Because it's that day, everybody's like, kind of crazy energy. Also on August 9th, we have Mercury in the sign of Virgo, trining Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. So our trines are all about easy energy and kind of bringing luck and opportunity. So Mercury is our planet of communication. It is our planet of intellect and reasoning and kind of that energy. In the sign of Virgo is going to be really bringing in this very humble, very organized energy. And it's also going to be like finding that trine, that good luck or good opportunities for both sides. Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. Jupiter is our planet of luck, growth, expansion. And the sign of Taurus is asking us to kind of understand, like, be brave, be a leader, it is asking us to be steady and driven in its energy. And this is really going to be bringing up that Taurus energy as well, as kind of like, what do we value? So this is like a day that like could be very inspiring for you. Really could open up some great ideas of things, kind of like new ideas just kind of plopping in your head, and you're like, I've never had that idea before. This is new and different. This can also be a day that can be hard to put things into action. So this is not a good day to want to like be really busy or do a lot of things. It can be a little bit of a harsh day in that aspect of kind of not getting everything in the right order. So let's do August 9th. And this is the one that's pulling my attention. So August 9th, we have Neptune, and this is all about the vision. And this is kind of that visionary energy of kind of like, how do we see ourselves? How do we want to see ourselves? How do we want to be seen in our world? How do we want that energy to come up and visit us again and again? So that's kind of interesting. So we don't have any planetary energies in motion for August 10th. So let's do a card for August 10th. This is the one kind of out in the middle of the deck. So for August 10th, we have Saturn, which is all about the structure. And that structure is all about like our infrastructure, our structure of our lives. Where do we want to go? What do we want to change? What do we want to modify? Now, remember, just 2 days ago, we had our Lion's Gate. So this is asking us kind of like, are those structure changes there? Are we going to keep up with that? The Lion's Gate just doesn't happen in one day. It gets into alignment, it happens that day, and then it gets out of alignment. So we're still in that Lion's Gate energy for many more days. So it's not like, oh, we're out of it right away. So what is it that we want to bring into ourselves? What is the structure that we've got to change to find the abundance or the growth or the items that are coming in at us? What are those changes that we've really got to have for us? Next on August 11th, this one is pulling my energy. On August 11th, we have the card Taurus, and this is all about cultivating. And this is kind of that amazing energy of like cultivating, not necessarily like just flowers, but you think of that in that context of What are we moving forward in? What are we creating in? This can be an amazing energy that we're bringing forward and cultivating. Like, what is the new thing that we want to do? Do we have the job set? Are we looking at things? Are we getting the ideas in the right place? Are we doing the right things to get it done? Is there a class that we're going to need? Let's get that class taken. Is there a book I've got to read? Get that book into place. So don't just like, whatever. Nah, let's get this in place. This is going to be an amazing one. Let's go to August 12th and August 12th. I feel like it's this one that's pulling my attention. So August 12th is the 9th house, and this is all about exploration. And so August 12th is all about like kind of like moving into some amazing energies, exploring where you want to go with your energy, and not just kind of like, let me do the status quo. Let me do the same thing I was doing last year at this time. Let's change and modify that energy. What is it that you want to bring into you? What is the energy that you want to change around you? So kind of what is that energy coming in at you? So let's make those changes. Let's bring in that amazing energy for us. So yes. Let's go to August 13th. So August 13th, we have our Sun in Leo conjunct Venus in the sign of Leo. So our conjunctions are all about like blending each other's energy, kind of like blending both of these. And it's kind of cool because they're both in the same sign. So we have our Sun in the sign of Leo. Our Sun is our ego, our vitality energy. In the sign of Leo is all about being brave and being the leader, kind of that protective energy. And then in Venus, it's all about the love and the attraction and the beauty and harmony, kind of bringing that together. And then that's also in Leo, which is all about being brave and protective energy. So kind of these are going to be like smushed together really well. So this is a confident aspect. We're going to feel like confident in stepping out into the spotlight. We're going to step kind of putting like our best side forward, kind of moving this energy in some great ways. This is going to be a great positive day for loving yourself and kind of just receiving that love from other people. And you can always start that out by kind of like talking to other people, kind of like telling them like how much you appreciate them. And then usually that kind of comes back to you like, I'm so thankful that you did this. Oh, well, I'm thankful that you did this. And kind of allowing that energy of thankfulness and gratitude to flow in and around us. So on August 14th, we don't have any planets in movement. So let's just do an angel card. This one right here is just popping out at me. So this is the Kolai, and this is like the root of it. And so this is like on that August 14th, this is all about the root, kind of getting down to changing that root, and that kind of, I even go back to almost like that Saturn energy we pulled a couple of cards ago, of kind of like changing the structure is changing the root of things, kind of changing how we feel about things, changing how we want to bring things forward. How do we want to make those changes? This is going to be an amazing energy. Let's pull a card for okay, August 15th, we don't need a card yet. August 15th, we have our Sun in Leo squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So our squares are all about like constrictions and obstacles. So our Sun is our ego, our vitality, our stamina. And that's in the sign of Leo, which is all about being brave and being protective and being a leader. And then it's squaring off its constrictions and obstacles with Uranus in the sign of Taurus. And so Uranus is that very unpredictable, very changeable, very rebellion energy. And that is in the sign of Taurus, which is all about being steady, being driven, and asking you, what are you valuing today? And so this is going to be a day where you're going to feel like life is moving really fast, kind of just that energy of just moving things forward. And it's going to be a day that if you kind of keep moving so fast, it's going to get out of control. So it's going to feel like, wait, this is beyond what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do all of this. I just wanted to do this one step, and then it keeps going. I will tell you, a lot of people are going to be seeking that independence and that freedom on this day, especially with Uranus out there. Like I said, he's very rebellion. And so it's kind of like, I want my own freedom. I want to do my own thing. I don't want anybody else to tell me what to do. And so this is going to be kind of like bringing up some amazing energy. Now, I will tell you, this is a day also not to burn your bridges, because sometimes when we push into some new areas, we have to retract as well. And if we burn that bridge, we can't get back. So sometimes it's like we want to push forward, but then we're like, wait, we went too far and now we need to backtrack. So make sure that you push only as far as it feels comfortable and not following through all the way with Uranus's energy of like, let it go, here we go. Also on August 15th, we have Juno, which is an asteroid, moving into the sign of Leo. This is all about, Juno is all about like our life essence and this energy of commitment, and bringing in this Leo energy is going to be attracting that very brave leadership energy. And this is going to be bringing in some drama as well. Leo always kind of adds that little aspect of drama at times. So this could bring in some breakups, some major breakups, things that are kind of like, wow, I didn't think they'd ever break up. And this can also bring some spotlights as well to some really healthy relationships, like, wow, these people have been married forever, or what's their secret? And I guarantee you, this is an energy where you're going to feel like this drama coming up. Try to avoid some of the extra drama, like the whipped cream on top of everything else, but it's a great day to kind of really allow that energy to amp things up a little bit and kind of bring out your voice, your like bringing things out, talking about things, but you also want to kind of keep that a little bit in control. So for our last one for this section, we're going to do a card for August 15th, and this is the card that's calling my name, and it's Leo. I got a grasp of it just when it flipped over. And this is all about shining, kind of like that limelight, that amazing energy. Now, I will guarantee you, Leo has that super brave leadership side. It is also going to be bringing that very protective, very charismatic energy in with it. Now, there's a secret. The next video is going to have everything from the 16th onward, but on the 16th of August, we're also going to have a new moon in the sign of Leo. So this is going to be bringing up some amazing energy, and this is just part of what's coming up. So just know that this Leo energy is coming up, some amazing ways to kind of open up. Where do we want to go with this? What do we want to change or modify in this next energy? I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.